So what's going on, everybody? We are on our second hot seat call. The first one, I thought we went pretty deep. And the off weeks, you guys have been getting even deeper with your accountability calls and just really open up. And I love seeing, the synergy and the chemistry and everything really taking shape right now. We're truly growing into a family, and that just makes my day. Like we're a month in as we record this, so we'll be a month and a half into the mix. Actually, we'll be like 2 months into it once this comes out, over 2 months. And I want people to look back or look forward on the incredible growth you made from this conversation and go back to the beginning of your Instagram and just be blown away and hear this for the future and coming back to this and just be like, wow, like, let me keep track of these students right now. So today we're just going to get deep. So for everybody who's listening into the show today, you're going to understand who each one of these people are. They're all going to tell you something they're grateful for. That's what we do here. We're going to share a win. We give a round of applauses when we celebrate W's here, whether big or small. And you're going to learn a little bit about what each project these people are pursuing is. And without further ado, let's just get into the mix. The Perspective Podcast is fuel for your mind and creative grind. Each week, my guests and I provide the skills for thinking bigger, overcoming adversity, and making an impact with your work. Cool. All right, Paul, we got you there. Let's move on to, let's get Blake. What's going on, Blake?
Let's see. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
How you doing, man?
Oh, good. Good. So, my name's Blake, and I'm a sci-fi comic book artist. And let's see. Today I am, thankful for community too. Just thinking about family community and art community and friends. It's just thankful to have people around to bounce ideas off of, or to be supportive, or vice versa, do the same for them. This community. And let's see. So my project is a comic adaptation of the sci-fi horror film Alien. And let's see, is there anything else?
What's a win that you've had recently?
Oh, yes. The win that I had recently was a couple days ago. I had an issue with the file. It was corrupt, and I couldn't figure out what was going on with it. And I thought, I just was going to lose 4 pages worth of work, and I was getting ready to redo it. And then I looked back at the file, and I thought, maybe if I put the name of the file, dot clip at the end of it, it might work. And I did that, and it opened up. So
save the day. Save the day's worth of work.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you a round of applause for that, for saving a day's worth of work.
Yeah.
So let's catch people up because you have a completely different process. Like, you are like the unicorn in this group in terms of your whole entire process of what you're doing. So from when we first met to where you are now, you were kind of just posting here and there, not sure what to post, working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes, kind of catch people up of where you were before our first initial call onboarding to see if the program was a good fit. So where you are right now in the storm that you've been brewing.
Yeah. So before our first call, I was, similar to everyone else, all over the place. I was okay, I'm a comic book artist, but I also want to do character design and all kinds of other stuff. So I was working on a kind of a sci-fi horror zombie comic for most of last year. And I was also trying to do fan art and character and creature designs and stuff like that. So I was bouncing back and forth between all those things. And then similar thing to what I've had with other projects is trying to do all those things. By the end of the year, I get burned out, and then I'm I don't even like the story anymore. And I start working on a different story that I've been working on in the background.
And your Instagram was kind of going stale.
Oh, yeah. Because with Instagram, it's I try to build up a queue because I don't like the idea of just posting trying to post as you're doing it. And I'll do a whole project or a whole whatever it is, and then post it as I'm working on something else. It's this is done already, and I'm working on something else. So that way the queues build up, and hopefully I never run out. But usually after 3 to 6 months, I run out because I don't build it back up again.
Well, and we came up with the idea of just your big interest, which is more of like a passion. Because like one day you wanted to attract work for a specific firm, kind of tell them how that worked, and like just kind of tell back the story. So I'm not like hogging it, but
Sure.
what was like a dream job that you said you wanted to do, and for who?
So when we were talking, you asked me what a dream job I would want it was, and one of my dream jobs would be to work with the publisher Dark Horse Comics and do an Alien series. And so we came up with the idea. Well, after you told me about the concept of taking something familiar and doing it in an unfamiliar way. So yeah, that's where my project to take the movie Alien and make it into a webcomic came from. And
Well, not to mention you had like alien stuff all around you in the background.
oh yeah.
I was like, oh, hey, there's kind of a theme here. What are you passionate about, man?
Yeah.
Well, and I was even telling you, so like, I'm not a hardcore comic guy or anime, manga, any of that stuff, but I'm like a UFO junkie, and Alien, just the series, already like immediately you're capturing something for me and making something relatable. Yeah, it's fan art and this and that, but at the same time, you're like building an audience around something that other people that aren't necessarily in the comic world can relate to as well. And so that's where you hooked me. So let's kind of catch people up on your progress and your project right now. So by the time this does come out, I'm assuming you would have posted something by now. So what's kind of your process been? Because it's different for you. And you're helping me learn that there's no one way of doing it, which, so like my philosophy, post the minimum once a week to remind people you exist. And there's a lot of reason behind that and growing an audience, but kind of fill people in on your process and what people can expect from you.
Okay. So after just kind of the initial thing of getting the comic script done, once I get into art, it's thumbnails, and I went and I broke the comic up into the 4 main acts of the movie. And so like I took a couple of weeks or so to do just thumbnails, and for the last couple of weeks now I've been doing rough pencils. And in the past I've normally done a lot of traditional, but just to try and make things a little faster, I've been doing the whole thing digitally this time around. And I had a bit of a slowdown at the beginning of doing my pencil stage because I was trying to jump straight into my type pencils, which when you're digital, there isn't an inking stage really. So type pencils is like basically the final artwork. And because I was trying to take such loose artwork that was just really a framework and make it into something that was supposed to be completely finished, I was spending way more time than I needed to. And when I realized that I was doing that, I was like, oh, I need to like get loose again and just start filling in these wire frames and getting things more down closer to what I want them to be, but not the final artwork.
So like because are you waiting until it's all done again?
But I'm doing it in sections. So after I finish part 1, which the pencils for that's going to be done by, the end of this week, like the beginning of next week, like Saturday, Sunday. And then after that, I'm going to do the type pencils. And once those are done, the coloring, type pencils and colors, that'll be like,
will you be sharing kind of phases so people can see, like, here's all the pencils, here's type pencils, here's colors, so people can see the evolution? So you're just doing like the first series, and then you're doing all of that for the second series, and then all that for the third series?
Yes. It's kind of going to be when I'm going to start sharing the process and of working on part 1 of it, and then start sharing the actual part 1 when I'm working on part 2. So like actually yesterday, just as a test to kind of see like how I might do things, because the whole time, most of the time I've been working on it, I've been recording artwork. I have a camera like over my shoulder, and I made a time lapse out of some of those videos, and I posted one in my stories yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then we talked about kind of the stories thing. It's more of a raw place, but the natural like videographer in me just was like, I grabbed the video and cut it in a time lapse, and I muted the raw audio that came with the video, and I found like a good royalty free instrumental that I had like in a folder
Going all
somewhere.
Steven Spielberg on it.
Yes, just my natural instinct was, okay, if I'm gonna make a video, I'm gonna do it.
So for people who are listening to this is coming out later March, mid and later March for the 2-part series. Where can people go to find your work right now, and what can people expect on your Instagram page?
Yeah, my Instagram page is Blake Dehart Art. It's just, I think it's just all one word. But yes, so on my Instagram page, they'll find the work in progress. There'll be time-lapse videos, and then there'll be character designs, and then the actual comic as that starts to roll out.
When's the comic roll out? Just so like people know this is where it is. And then this holds you accountable too, to have something in the queue for when people start trafficking your page. So when does phase 1 of your posting start, so people know what to expect?
All right.
The pressure's on.
I don't have an actual date anymore. Like I have a date for the comic itself, but for the actual, like just the work in progress stuff, I mean, the goal for that is really to start posting that is next week, because I want to, have some lead up time, so that way people actually are like, when I start posting it, they're like, oh, they know that a comic is coming. It's not just, oh, there's a comic. What is this?
It's like, because when a storm's brewing, like a hurricane's brewing off the coast, we're getting all this information and newscasting and covering like, hey, everybody, get ready, get ready for this storm that's coming. And that's why I want to help generate that hype, let people know that the storm's coming. It's just not brewing off in the distance in silence. So cool. So next week is mid-February. Why we post this? So it's coming next week.
Yep. Next week there will be work in progress updates, and let's say I want to throw out the following week to be the date the actual comic starts. At the same time, it's like one of those things where I'm like, I know I'll be able to do it. It's just a matter of, will I do it comfortably, or will I push myself and get some not quite all-nighters, but staying up later than I normally do, because I go, the goal is go to bed at like 9-ish and then wake up at 5:30 or 5. But if I need to, I'll stay up later and work on it, and then I'll sleep in one day.
So anything else you want to kind of add to this, just so people know what to expect when things are coming? Everything's good in your world? You're on top of it?
Yeah, things are going well with it. And yeah, it's just going on good. And another thing I'm thinking about, I was talking about doing is, when the comic is complete, having a version of it where the whole thing is compiled into like just one like kind of digital book type of thing. Because since it's someone else's IP, I can't actually print it or anything. But I would like to make it into something so that anyone who wants to read the whole thing all at once can do that. And
and you and me briefly talk, like, let's turn it into like for you, something different that everybody else doesn't know is we can start building an email list with you. You can start collecting stuff on your website now, or even like a link in your bio on Instagram. This is coming for the full version, or for any other updates. Come here. You can even write an email to let people know of an update, as well as let us know. But at the end of it, let's turn it into a lead magnet. And it's just a simple, hey, join my list and get to read this dope ass PDF, because later when you start putting out your own products or your own comics, you'll have that list. That's going to be way more important than an Instagram following. So perfect. So we got something to look forward to work on that too. Yes. Anything else you want to add to this?
I think that's about it. Like, I do have some ideas I've been thinking about for where to go with once I'm done with the Alien comic, but as far as that itself goes, that's it.
Cool, man. Well, good work, and I can't wait to see these things, because everybody else who doesn't know, like, he's already shown us the thumbnail sketches, so I'm like, damn, I can't wait to see like the tight pencils and then the color and then just coming it all together. So appreciate you, man, as well as like the insight that you drop in the group too, man. You got a very, very unique perspective and it's hella valuable.
No, thank you.
Cool, brother. Thank you for your time. Let's get Melissa. My eyes caught to you first.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, how you doing?
Perfect. I'm good. I'm excited. I'm trying to turn my nerves into excitement so that it feels better whenever I do feel nervous. That's natural for
you, though. You're bubbly and talkative like me.
I never used to be, and then someone like broke my shell and I exploded.
Yeah. So catch us all up. Who you are, what's a win, what's something you're grateful for, and what's kind of the project that you're diving deep into right now?
All right. Who I am, my name's Melissa Marzan. I am the Letter Mermaid, recently revamped from, I don't even remember my old name anymore. I've at least changed it 5 times in the last 5 years. But I am from Santa Cruz, California. I am a full-time graphic designer, part-time mermaid, and an aspiring lettering artist and illustrator with a specialty in ocean related things and humor and positivity. And that's what I'm aiming for.
And I got to cut in right now, kill the aspiring. No aspiring. You are. All of you guys, like Benny was an aspiring illustrator. No, Benny, you're an illustrator. So no aspiring. Never say it again.
Already there.
Already there. You're already doing it, right?
That is. It's insane how far I've come so far. Like, it's only been like a month. Mm-hmm. Has it been a month already?
By the time this is out, it'll be 2.5. But as of today, this week, it's a month. So
That's crazy.
Yeah, what's something you're grateful for?
I'm grateful for living close enough to my family that I can visit them. Like this morning, my dad, he works nearby, so he dropped off like some guacamole that he made last night and put in my car so that I could have it for lunch. And so that was super sweet.
Dad for the win.
And then my other one, Liz Gray, I am actually taking up her headspace. So that was really cool. She messaged me earlier this week and she said she thought of a random ocean pun and she like told me she thought about me. So that was really awesome.
Woo, you're taking up brain space. Awesome.
Oh, and my hashtag for my last post, it's still going. Like, it's impressive. I'm just like, when is it supposed to stop? But I keep looking back. I hit 84% today. And like, it's insane. I'm just like, I've had a couple that gone by. I think this is the highest since I started this program. And like, I actually like went down and deep dived into like all of the numbers and stayed under 5,000K and like recorded everything and actually put it in my notes. I'm like, all right, this is working.
500K or
yeah,
5,000. Okay,
5,000.
That's hella niche. I'm like, damn.
I'm like, no,
step it up.
Not right.
No, that's incredible. It goes to show like, hey, you can create dope work, but in the beginning, when you want to like get more eyes on your work, like hashtags are so important, and people just toss them to the side and then they bitch that people don't see their work. I'm like, you're not playing the game right. You can't bitch if you're not playing the game right.
Also a fact. I'm like, I like kind of did in the beginning, but this is the one that I actually like, all right, I'm going to actually pay attention to which numbers I actually put up. So that was, I felt like a scientist going through all of like the numbers and like typing it all out. So that was awesome.
So kind of tell people from our first call that we were on to where you are today, you know, kind of where were you at and where are you now? Because I know Letter West was like a huge impactful thing. Shout out to Becca Clayson. But you went there last year, and our talk and our goal was like let's get you to a point where you're just like melting people's faces with just how much growth you've made by the time you come back to Letter West this year. You know, so like where, you know, kind of tell people about this growth that you've had so far or the progress that you've made.
When I started, whenever I talked to you, I'm just like, I wanted to find my niche, and I'm just like looking at my feed right now. It's all actually coming together and looking cohesive, and I'm like sticking with my color palette, which apparently, I mean, I've always loved the color blue, and so it's always been in my life, and it's a color I've always loved, and so just having it there just felt so natural, and just working with it all the time, and like. With my job, I work in the sports industry right now. And so I'm always like working on multiple projects at once. So being able to like sit down and work on one thing just for me has been like definitely a positive change for me. Like I woke up early the other day and spent 2 hours on one piece.
Nice.
Like basically straight. And I'm just like, it felt good. Not on my knees though, because I technically don't have a desk. So I was like drawing on the floor, trying to like time lapse it. But otherwise, it's been really fun. And then growth, I'm just like almost speechless, as if like I loved what I just posted like earlier this week. I was inspired through like a Celia passing of a really good artist that like inspired me. And so I channeled my emotions into my art, and I felt like it was one of the strongest pieces I've made in a really long time. And so I forgot how good it was to just use art as my therapy. Um, and so I'm hoping to like channel that into like my future pieces, not to just use it to like heal myself, but help like other people heal themselves, which is also inspired by that same artist, because she went through heart surgeries and then cancer, but like even throughout all of that horrible process, like she channeled all of that pain into like something beautiful. And so that's something I want to like emulate.
Yeah. And I think I just dropped you. I creep on all your guys' feeds. And then I recently looked at yours in the middle of the week, right before I went, or the beginning of this week, right before I went to bed. I was like, whoa, look at this cohesiveness. Cause we talk about the user journey, like on a website, same thing on an Instagram. People land on your page within first 5 seconds, who you are, what you do, what's in it for them. Why should they care? Set those expectations, call to action. If you pass that step with this person who stumbled across your page, well, they're going to check out your feed. And they're going to look at that first 6, 9 to 12, maybe 15. And if that aligns with your bio and it all looks dope and cohesive, then they're going to click on that caption. And I was scrolling on yours. I was like, damn, hers is really, really, really coming together right now. You know, and I think you notice it as well, or maybe you didn't notice it, but now you do notice it because other people are noticing it. But like that, just the hints of blue with the ocean theme on each thing. And you can, and just having that, you know, you have your consistencies, your constants, then you can have some variables. So your constants are your blue and your ocean related theme, and your variables are maybe this is a 2D piece, maybe this is a flat lay, maybe this is shells, maybe it's a time lapse video. You know, that's kind of your variables, but it's still all funnels within that theme. You know, and I think you're doing an incredible job with it.
Yeah. I've been having fun with like the time lapses. I'm a little behind on like making the videos, so I just remember to just record them as I go, so that whenever I get a minute,
and maybe
like,
there's a week you
do
just
it.
don't have chance to draw something, but you got like a video you can edit.
And then I was actually looking back. I started doing like capturing all of my analytics using your Excel sheet, and then looking over, just like since I started the program, I've posted like 11 pieces of art.
Yeah, dude, your volume is up there, and I hope nobody's trying to compete with that right now. It's just, it depends on what works for your schedule. So
I just felt like really inspired, just like looking at, since this account is like pretty new, I started it last May, but I haven't been consistent with it. Like I can tell which months I was not as inspired to do things. Cause like last like October, November, 2 posts a month. And then whenever I went to Letter West, I had like 6 posts. And so it's crazy, but like definitely my mood and inspiration.
Well, and having that clarity of who you are, you're embracing your mermaidness, you know, like you're waving your freak flag and just totally embracing it. And once you embrace that and you kind of know the buckets you want to play in, it's so much easier. The clarity and the confidence in going in a specific direction, it's just there. You don't have to think so much. I mean, still, we're going to overthink, but at the same time, we're not going to be thinking and guessing what to post. We know it's all going to align to this. Is there anything that you're currently struggling with, or kind of want like the team's ideation around?
I had something and then I forgot it. It's the only thing I didn't write down.
You always post it in the group later too.
Yeah. Thoughts on like, because I have time lapses of like previous art, but I couldn't decide whether or not to like post it until like several posts after the actual art, or like right after the still frame, you know? I'm just like, is it weird to do the still and then a time lapse of the same thing, or just wait and then show that later?
I don't think it matters at all.
Okay.
Yeah. Especially if
I think about it too much.
yeah, especially if you're like doing something like Liz Gray, she has, she kind of has a rotation of 6 in her post, and then it sets it here. Here's like a still image. Here's a wall mock-up or a iPad drawing or kind of one of those little letterboard. I don't even know the correct things, but she just has like 6. So maybe if yours was something, I could see you doing something similar too. So maybe like the following week, this time lapse work better for here. If you do something like that, maybe that's in the future. I don't know. But if it looks good in your feed, I don't think it matters. So if you don't follow up like your time lapse with the final image, it's fine, or vice versa. Find what works best for you and how it's going to look in your feed. So hopefully that helps without thinking it. Just do what feels right and looks good.
But otherwise, I think I'm good. I feel like I'm in a really good place right now.
And Letter West is when?
It is July 8th through 11th.
What's your kind of like, where do you want to be by then? If you could visualize yourself 4 months, 3 months down the road when you're going in there, who are you going to be? Who's that person that people are going to see, especially within your work? Like just a confident person
in like what I do. Like I'm confident like as a person when I want to be, but like confident in like what I can do like as a lettering artist. Like I found lettering like a year ago. And so I didn't feel comfortable being like, all right, this is me. Cause I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. But I want to be like, I know what I'm doing. Like I've put in the work to know what I'm doing. And so this group has been really helpful with that. Cause I don't feel fake.
No, I don't think anybody's in here is acting fake. It's dope to see everybody just be themselves in it. So be that consistent person who's waving your freak flag. And I think you're going to like turn a lot of heads when you get to Letter West and reconnect with everyone.
I'm so excited.
Well, good work. You. And if you think of like that other question, just add it in the group later. All right. Hey, Chris, how's your situation? You good to go? Cool. What's going on, man? How you doing, Chris?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Fantastic. Kind of rounding it off with everybody. So catch us up, man. Who you are, what you do, grateful for, wins.
My name is Chris Ledig, aka online Bland-Aid Design. I'm an illustrative collagist out of Rockford, Illinois. I like working with sports and spirits. That's my thing.
Sports and spirits, man. You're already like crafting this is your Instagram bio right now.
Yeah,
what'd you say? An illustrative collage artist, or what'd you say?
Illustrative collagist.
Never even heard of that before. For sports and spirits, there's your IG bio, man. Dude.
Yeah, man. Like, I don't know. This week's been like breakthrough week. I had fun breaking away from the iPad and Procreate and making my little ghetto moleskin for our little patterns talk, and then drawing on there, and your little talk with me after it about maybe switching it up a little bit, sticking to the same thing but having a little different focus. Man, breakthrough time. Time. It provided a lot of clarity, and a lot of the stuff we talked about at the beginning, like the vision of it became so clear. It's crazy, man. It's like that laser focus on what the goal is now instead of like searching. So
what's the goal? Just for those who don't know.
Like right now it's to be back drawing all the time, getting into my own thing. And we had talked about some sports. We've talked about some spirits, doing some mural type stuff, but it was kind of loose. We didn't have a final ideation of what it was going to be. And
because you were about to play it safe and go into the graphic design field, because that's what and that's what everybody told you to play safe. And I'm just like, dude, this is your strongest work. Why aren't you pursuing this?
Yeah. And that was huge. So like getting back to this and focus on that one word and doing my illustration style around that word, because right now I've been playing with a lot of word play, a lot of little pieces of illustrative work other than the words. But like getting back to my illustration, which is honestly my strongest point, this is really going to pull it together and mix the two things together. And like, I see the goal, I see the finish line, I see where I want to be, and like, it's in front of me right here, right now. So it's big.
Love it, man. So like, what was kind of the biggest thing holding you back before? Just the clarity?
Yeah, once we got into this project, it was a little bit of the clarity and like figuring it out, searching every week to change it up just a little bit, but still stay within the restraints of what I thought I was trying to do. So that's the fun part, man. Like when that light goes off.
Cause like, what do you do for your day job too? And you got like, give a little backstory about, cause not everybody has kids in this, but like you have kids, Krista has kids.
Yeah.
Like, how many kids you got?
I have 3. I have twin 4-year-old boys. They just turned 4 this week, and I have an 8-year-old stepdaughter.
And you have a day job.
I have a day job. Yep.
And you have another side hustle too. So it's like, right outside a day job, family, you got a side hustle, and you're in this program. So like for the people complaining out there, I don't have any time. Shut up. You do too.
3-4 hours of sleep is the norm around here. So,
gross.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
All right. Well, I don't want to be the person taking away your sleep with your project. So get some damn sleep. You too, Melissa.
You're all good. But, my day job, I work in the sports industry too. I'm doing sports programs, layout, running websites, youth travel program, everything that's involved with all those for softball, baseball. I was also coaching high school and do private lessons with baseball as well. So yeah, I had to pin stuff down and pull stuff back so I could start focusing on what I love doing instead of going 5,000 different directions. And here I am having fun again.
Forecast us. Where do you want to be at the end of this 3 months? Where do you want to be at the end of 2020? And where do you want to be 5 years from now? No pressure.
No pressure at all.
Kind of throwing you on the spot, but man, you sound like you already know.
Yeah. I think I do. So I guess that's a winning battle. But the end of the 3 months, I want my feed to be filled out with where I see it being now that I have a clear vision. So, I mean, what do we got? We got 2 months left. I'd like to see another 12, 14 pieces out there really defining my style. I went through, cleaned up my feed as we talked about like a week ago, made it look a lot nicer, not so confused and chaotic. So if I get that thrown down, I've got a list of probably 30 different projects that
collecting ideas.
Yeah. And I've been sketching out some wireframing for all of them. So, I mean, that stuff's going. I'd like in that 3 months to have that done. By the end of the year, I definitely want to have some work out there that I'm not paying myself to do. I already have a couple that are prospectively out there, quoted out, and waiting to find out about. So that's
in this
exciting.
Style, this collagist.
Yeah, definitely. One of them is going back to a mural I've already painted and doing some new work for them. So that'll be fun to revisit because that was like 10 years ago when I was really doing this all the time and walked away from it. So for me, it's getting back to my roots and where I was at. And, this group's really brought that back out in me. So I'm thankful for it. 5 years from now, hopefully shooting a guest spot for your students and like your, 40th, 50th class you got rolling, bro.
Yeah.
That's where I want to be.
50th class. Ugh, that'd be crazy. But man, I want all of you guys, when you blow up, to come back and be a guest expert speaker for us, the next group after that. I would love to challenge each and every one of you guys to do that. Or if like I got another person who's comic related, or someone else who's like totally loves MMA or jiu-jitsu, or someone else who totally loves like painting, I can shoot them. Here's Blake, here's Krissa, here's Amanda. You want to be a mermaid? Psh, let me hook you up with Melissa real quick. So like I would love to have you guys come back. You want to grow a dope ass beard? Let me holler at Luke real quick.
Yeah, that's what it's about. When I was doing baseball, it's about working my way to get in front of that room to teach and show a bunch of people what's up and what I did to get where I got to be. And I want to do the same thing with my art because, that's always been my passion, and it became my side hustle while I was playing baseball, chasing that career. And like now, baseball getting put to the side. And this isn't a side hustle, man. This is going to be the real deal.
This is the dream. It's so we all have a side hustle, but I want to challenge everyone in this group, as well as those just listening from afar who have their own side hustle, is treat your side hustle right now like it's already your day job. Treat it like a commitment. Treat it time management. Be your own boss right now. Know what you're going to work on each day. Give yourself assignments. Hold yourself accountable. Be your own project manager. All right. And that, when the time comes, like for me, I got pushed off the ledge before I was ready, but I've been treating this shit like it was my day job, that I just jumped right back into it. Now I just have more time, and I just got to figure out a new way of taxes, but treat what you're doing like it's already your full-time grind until reality aligns with your mindset. And I think you already got it, and that's what I want to challenge all of you guys. Like, I know Luke is kind of on the verge of that, especially in like Russell. Russell's kind of got his back against the wall. We'll talk about him in a little bit too, but I want to challenge everybody. Like, that's why side hustles are so important. That's why I'm so passionate about them, because it's been so awesome for me. I wouldn't get to like coach you guys had it not been for me busting my ass like it was my day job already. Even if it wasn't, I wasn't even close to having it. I thought I was going to do 2 more years at the day job. So you never know when your name's going to be called. It's just like you're in the game, a big game. You never know when your name's going to be called. You got to be ready. You got to be prepared. So you're already there. It's just waiting for reality, dude.
I appreciate it, man. Just keep on going at it. I know my iPad's...
your iPad's getting some work. It's like, dude, Chris, chill out. Give me a break.
It's my new best friend, man. I've been averaging like 26 hours a week on this damn thing in Procreate. It's kind of crazy.
You got to be a wizard with that one touch. So anything else you kind of want to add on top of it?
Man, if you have something you love and something you appreciate and you want it, you got to go get it. You just can't leave it on the side and hope it's going to matriculate and grow and blossom itself. You got to feed it. You got to feed it every day and make it part of your life so you can get what you really want out of it, man.
Oh, dude. I got to write that down. Sorry, I'm stealing that.
Oh, it's all you,
I'm
man.
just kidding. I'll give you credit if I use it. Feed it. Whew, that just gave me a really good idea. That's dope. And I'll be honest, I'll say it right here. Yeah, you had coaching and stuff in baseball, but like, dude, you're going to be like doing potentially what I'm doing, creative coaching for sure. I sense it. You got the same shit that I do. Like, let me just get all this motivation out of me real quick. So like a podcast or coaching or speaking on a stage, man, it's coming. You're going to be on people's podcasts too if you just keep busting your ass like you're doing. So it's coming. It's no doubt in my mind. It's just, again, matter of time.
Hopefully so, man. It's part of the plan that's written down.
You're all ticking time bombs in my eyes.
Yeah. This one's ready to go off, man. Watch out.
Well, cool, man. I appreciate you and the energy that you bring to the group. Just hella contagious. I feed off of it.
Awesome.
All right. We're just going to keep going around the circle. Chris, you're up. Then Amanda, and I want to make sure I give Russell and Nathaniel a shout out.
Okay.
What's up, Krissa?
So I'm Krissa. I'm from Iceland, now living in San Francisco. I'm grateful for my family, grateful for my health, friends, and my creative and jiu-jitsu community. I had 2 wins this week. I landed 2 paid lettering and illustration projects.
Woo! We're a month into the program, folks. Woo!
And my passion project, I'm the designer behind Jiu-Jitsu Letters on Instagram, where I create Jiu-Jitsu related art to inspire the Jiu-Jitsu community, especially women. So I illustrate the Lady Killer of the Week as a way to promote badass women.
That's dope. And who was the one that like shared your work and then just hired you?
Erin Hurl.
Erin Hurl.
I still don't know if I pronounced her name correctly.
It was a confusing last name for me too, but like that just goes... I want to just like commend you as well. You're going all out and niching down hardcore, finding your color palettes, your illustration skills. Like illustration made you uncomfortable and now you're like really, really pushing it. And then people like Blake are dropping hella dope comments and feedback as well. So it's so awesome to see you just blow up right now, and the progress that you're making. So from where you started on our original call, where are you now? I know the growth, but like, what's to catch everyone else up?
Well, it's really like comforting to know that people, like, I'm getting a lot of requests. Not all of them are landing. Like, people are saying, no, it's too expensive. And like, so that's a good thing too.
And I'm here to tell you, you're not even charging enough.
I know, but
right?
I'm increasing my prices as well. So, I'm not minding the note too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's been just really cool. Just gaining more clarity and focus. I think that's a huge one for me. I'm always a butterfly all over the place, wanting to do everything, and I still do. And but I feel like this is really like this program has really helped me stay grounded and focused, and I really, really appreciate that.
And the results are speaking for themselves right now, for sure. Significant growth. So where would you say like some of your biggest struggles are right now? Obstacles that you're dealing with?
Sometimes, like other people, like sometimes I just get anxiety because I want to make the best work possible, and like it causes me to procrastinate and just not get started. That's one thing. I definitely need to figure out the better workflow to speed up my work. And then I definitely just want to keep figuring out what kind of service I want to sell. My ultimate goal is to be able to create my own product line. And I really want to start maybe prototyping it, but it is hard with a low following. So we'll see how that goes, but that would be a dream.
It's a matter of time too, especially going in, like you're building that hardcore niche following, and something like a print on demand, that could be fine. Like maybe that's at the end of the year, you've already gotten there with, maybe you get some of these lady killers to start sharing your work even more, and then their following follows you, so it's definitely not out of line. I think you're really, really tapping into your style. Color palettes, I know you have been hard for you, like color's hard for me. And I know that's been kind of hard for you too, but I think it's kind of bringing that cohesiveness to your page, having that pretty dense color palette, but getting to switch through it. Has that helped, having those constraints? Constraints have been big for you too right now.
For sure. It's helping me so much. And I know I can get way better, and that's just my focus now, just becoming a better illustrator, better letterer, better working with colors, and good works pays off in any way. Yeah. So that's my focus.
Is there anything we can do on the call right here? Is there any questions that you have, or any obstacles that you want to address, or anything you just want to talk about or add on to this? You always have questions.
I always have questions.
You're the queen of questions. I mean, and you're doing this outside. How many kids do you have again?
I have 2.
2 kids.
Yeah. No, I actually am probably the only one who doesn't have a job now. My job outside of doing this is taking care of my family. I left UI, UX, like over 100K job to do this because I just found so much passion in just lettering and illustrating.
And it was a big, scary risk too. You were not sure about it. I haven't told anybody that. Yeah, she was definitely on the fence, you guys. She was on the fence. So I had to do some convincing. But then I'll be like,
I know. Thank you for that. I'm so happy I did this because I'm learning so much every day. And like, even though I'm not posting every day, I am learning every day. I'm soaking up so much information.
Definitely. It's just everybody's being a sponge right now. So is there anything else you kind of want to add to this? One fun fact, you're a purple belt champion.
Yeah, I was the world champ and purple jiu-jitsu champion in December 2019. I'm a 5-time national judo champion, and I've been an American national champion in jiu-jitsu as well. So.
Right? Like you would never say that if I didn't like put you in an arm bar and twist your arm to say it too. So like I'm learning some stuff from you too. You're definitely like one of the sweetest people I've ever met, but you're one person I would never want to piss off. But I would want you in my corner, you know, if something happened and I was out drinking a little too much. I'm like, I'm going to call my friend Krissa.
I'm there.
Nah, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for believing in this in the group. And just, I think the results are speaking for themselves with you right now.
Thank you. Thank you for all the help, everyone. And Scotty, I'm learning so much from you. Thank you.
Yeah. It's the family. Last but not least, Amanda is at the bottom of my corner. I will not forget about you. And then we just want to take a second to just honor Russell and Nathaniel. But Amanda, what's up? Mute.
Oh, hi.
What's going on?
Hi. Not much. Just got done my first week because tomorrow they're off as a full-time high school art teacher.
Yeah.
So it's been a heavy, emotional,
draining,
mental,
I bet too.
Yeah. Last week we went on a field trip and it was basically one of those like ice-breaking type activities because this school is for kids who basically are from really, really rough backgrounds and got kicked out of other schools or whatever. And everyone got really deep and I learned a lot of deep stuff about these kids. So I'm really hoping I can get through to them with art and help them make better decisions for their lives because they need it. They need the help right now. So
that's dope. So
that's what I do.
Yeah. Let us know like your name, your handle and everything. Even if the handle changes, that's fine. I'll change it in the show notes.
Okay. So my name is Amanda Murphy. My Instagram is currently Honey Hive Studios. Might be changing, but so I'm an art teacher during the day, and my passion and my main jam. So I'm in this program. I'm an acrylic painter, combining. This is my pitch: combining hyperreal, surreal, and abstract art that meditates, educates, and entertains.
Yeah, awesome.
That's what I got so far.
And what's like the current project that you're painting? You know, what's like your go-to?
So my current project that's taken me way longer than I wanted it to, but I'm being very OCD with it, which is something I need to work on, is I'm combining Robin Williams, who's one of my favorite actors and has been a hero of mine my whole life, into a Dali-inspired meets I Spy book painting. So, you know, the I Spy books when you're a kid and it's like, find the lemon or whatever. I have like a couple, maybe like 12 cameos from all of his different movies hidden throughout the painting. And his face is hyper realistic, but it's kind of broken up surrealistically. So that's my current project right now.
And it's combining your passion, your interest of movies, like movies that played a huge role in your life. And we had to like dig deep, you know, let's find something you're really passionate. You could just go into for a season, fan art related. That's fine to build an audience, find your style, because surrealism and abstract is kind of your jam too. So how can we bring it all together? And again, that formula of something familiar in an unfamiliar way, you know, and you're crushing it. So it's hard for you to kick out something this in depth once a week. So you've been doing like work in progress shots and experimenting with like you in the camera and everything too, like painting in progress. You know, so I think you're doing an incredible job with that. For those who like paintings are taking so long or the project you do take so long, like you can reference kind of what Amanda's doing to capture the process along the way.
Yes, for sure. So I think from here, my goal is to figure out a way to simplify it and bang out kind of more, especially because my win for the week is I basically have 3 art shows this spring that I'm in. So I need like more paintings, especially if I sell a bunch.
Round of applause to get uncomfortable.
Thanks.
All right. So when's the art show?
I have one on Tuesday, and that was like a last minute thing. And that's more like a low key in a restaurant kind of one. Then I have one in March, which is at the Hilton Hotel, and it's like a big art show with a bunch of other artists. And then I have another one in April, which I have to sell tickets for, and that's like a huge art show with all these different artists and musicians and fashion designers, and that's going to be really, really fun.
And you're located where again?
San Diego.
San Diego. Okay.
San Diego.
So when this episode comes out, there's people from San Diego that listen to this. So March will be that. Where can people find you in March? Real quick, just to make sure you plug that. Hilton?
Yeah. March 8th at the Hilton.
Okay. This is later in March. Shit.
Yeah.
Okay. When's the April one?
Probably April. I think it's the 23rd to the 25th. It's called Raw. It's going to be called Glow San Diego at the House of Blues downtown. So
dope.
That's going to be a big one. Yeah.
Awesome. So San Diego artists, and you've been using like a lot of your main goal was to really just be known in the San Diego scene. And so for someone like you, we were using like San Diego based hashtags, location based things to be known as that San Diego go-to painter in this surrealistic abstract style. So like, what are some of the hurdles that you've been going through, before we talked? We've had a couple talks on the sides too, and where you are today. What's kind of the growth and the transformation you have, and some of those hurdles and roadblocks along the way?
One of my biggest issues is confidence. I've always been like kind of unconfident in things. Like a part of me knew I was good. So a part of me was hard to accept that I could show my work and people would like it. And, the comparison trap. Am I good enough? Am I better than that person? I'm really competitive too. So that's horrible. Like comparing myself to people. Also, focus, and you help me pull that out. Because my interest, again, shiny object, I like too many things. So now I'm focused for a season, and I think the accountability from everybody is really helpful to have, make me kind of just pick one thing at least for 3 months, and then in 3 months I'll pick something else. And right now I'm still struggling with my Instagram, because I feel like I've posted like twice last week, but I haven't posted at all this week. Especially with the new job might have been the reason, but just getting that flow through getting myself out there.
Getting your routine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Especially with the new job, like that's hard to get back into that routine for sure. Which you'll find your groove. It's a whole new process now. Now, when do you have the most willpower outside of your day job? When do you feel the most creative? Now have you been timing your work? I've been challenging everybody in the group to like time their work. That way, when clients start coming early, like Chris is having them, how long something's going to take you. So you can quote something officially. And now you're knowing like I'm not saying you're spending too long, but you said it. So you said you're spending way too long on this piece, trying to make it perfect, most likely. And perfection doesn't exist. So
yeah.
What is that? Is that paper?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Through my notes. Yeah.
No, you're good. Ani can edit that out. I'm like, holy shit, is that mine?
I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. So like, once this Robin Williams done, what's the next one? I'm challenging you right now, kind of on the spot, because this is going to be March when this comes out, so people can come and see your progress. So the Robin Williams, that shit's going to be done.
Yeah, my goal is to finish that tonight. I'm so close. My next one I'm going to focus on, I want to say think, but I'm going to do Will Smith.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So by the time this episode's out, Robin Williams is done for sure.
Yes.
You say you're hopefully going to finish tonight, but if you give it an hour to finish it, you're going to finish it within that hour. No ifs, ands, or buts. So my biggest challenge is you set that constraint. And that's something I have to do too. Otherwise I'm tweaking this line. I'm tweaking this little spot way. But if you set that intention, like this will be done in an hour, I guarantee you finish it in an hour.
Okay.
So challenge. But so then Will Smith, but by the time this comes out, who's going to be your third one?
I was leaning towards Jim Carrey, especially because he's on this weird art trip right now.
Perfect. I dig it.
Yeah.
I dig it. So good. We have a game plan. The future is bright, and you have these shows coming up too to really light a fire under your ass as well. So anything else you kind of want to add on top of this?
I'm going to flip my page again. I apologize.
Good.
No, I think that's good. I did start live painting. That's been fun, which is not really in my passion project, but something I have like performance anxiety because again, competitive perfectionist, but I kind of was just like, fuck it. I just banged out this awesome Buddha playing piano and I was really excited about it.
So it's like you got another little side hustle outside of it too, which is dope. So live painting, but still it falls within the acrylic painting world, right? So, still aligns with all of it, but that I can't wait to see what you're doing next. But now that you got that clarity, hopefully the confidence is coming with it, especially after this Robin Williams piece, and everybody's listening now or 6 months down the road or a year down the road, listening back on this, they can just see your whole account taking off, and you really tap it into your style. And the next phase is your business and your website and getting to handle that aligns with all of it. But we're in phase 1. That's what this program is for. You're killing it.
Thanks.
No problem. Before we kind of wrap things up, I want to make sure I give a plug to Nathaniel Long. He's on Instagram and his website is designnate.com. Nathaniel can't be here due to some family emergencies, which you guys will hear about in the group, I'm sure tomorrow by this weekend. So, but Nathaniel and he's in a little different boat than people right now. He really wanted to focus on blowing up his freelance business, and I have a web design background and user experience. So I wanted to help him flush out his whole website too, and his positioning statements and how it aligns on Instagram, how we can attract clients, how we can build pitch decks and everything. So he's not really doing a passion project because he has these other hit list items that serve the bigger vision of him wanting to double his income and the currency difference between Singapore and like US. Like we really want to double it and help him attract not only local work to be the known guy for sign writing and chalk lettering in Singapore, but start landing some abroad jobs too that are going to pay better. And we've helped him lock down. This is his positioning statement right now. So, hi, I'm Nathaniel on his website. This is dope. He says, I'm a lettering artist who loves helping brands attract customers through beautiful chalkboards and signage. So he owns the world of chalk lettering. When you think of chalk lettering, I want you to think of Nathaniel Ong. When you think of illustrative collages, I want you to think of Chris Luddick. And so forth, like MMA, jiu-jitsu lettering, I want you to think of Krista. So like, I really want people I'm trying to help people own that brain space in people's minds and how you position yourself as your brand. And what we worked on with his positioning statement is within 5 seconds, someone lands on your webpage, they need to pass that grunt test, that lazy test. 5 seconds. It's the same thing with your Instagram too. It's who you are, what you do, why should people care? What's in it for them? What's the benefit you're providing them? And that's what his positioning statement talks about in that call to action to hire. He really wants to increase his hiring rate. So we totally revamped his website to make it clear, call to action day. Same thing with like your Instagram bios, all of you guys. What's that one call to action you want people to take? For me, it's a link tree, and then I got like 3 calls to action in there. But during the season, if I want you to sign up for the coaching program, there's that one call to action. So your Instagram bios function exactly like your website. And Nathaniel's doing an incredible job right now. But he's the same kind of person, shiny object. He'll have a whole list of a million things he needs to do. And I think that this is a lot of people. And my job is to help ring it back, reel it back a little bit. And let's just take one bite at a time. You don't got to eat a full extra large pizza in one bite. Take one slice, one bite at a time. Take that mountain one checkpoint at a time. So today is his website. And then tomorrow is his case studies. Then this day is his portfolio pieces. So one thing at a time. And maybe the next one is pitch deck. So that's what Nathaniel's doing. He's running that game in Singapore right now. And you'll hear more about him, but he can't be here today. And then last but not least is Russell Wyatt. Russell was in the UI/UX world, similar to me too. And he recently just got let go from his day job. So he was originally doing this thing on faith decks. He has a big love for faith. It is one of his things he's most passionate about, and values and beliefs, as well as like skateboarding. But after that happened, now he's all in on business mode right now under Unleashed Design. That's what it is, right, everyone? Unleashed Design. Okay. So he's rebranded himself as the go-to business, and he's in the season like Luke as well as Paul of hiring himself for the work he wants to be known for, as well as the industries and the markets that he wants to be a player in, which is extreme sports. So right now he's in the process of finding his groove as well and time commitments. and kind of understanding the bigger vision he wants to be a part of. So logos, branding, custom branding, identity systems. And he wants to transform his skills of art direction, branding, and lettering into an authentic and empowering business. That's his current positioning statement at Unleashed Design. And then that pretty much sums it up. I'll have everybody's handles and where they can find you from the team roster in the show notes. But I want to just finish this off by saying you guys are killing it. As this comes out, we're a month into it. I can see the growth, and I hope you can see the growth. And anybody listening, I want to paint the picture. It's hard to get so wrapped up. You're in the micro every day. Like, oh, I'm not seeing massive growth. This post didn't pop off. But it's about the grand scheme of things, the bigger picture. Where are you going to be a month from now? Can you look back and see progress? Where are you going to be 6 months from now? Can you look back and see progress? And progress happens when you are consistent, you show up when it's not convenient, and you constantly try to get better. Realize you don't got to figure it out. Like, my hashtag sucked today. How can I improve? This post sucked. How can I improve? Instead of feeling defeated, paint that vivid picture of where you're going to be like Chris 6 months from now, 5 years from now. Have that in your mind, even if it's flexible and changing. And that's what I want to challenge everyone. See where you're going to be 3 months from now at the end of this or 2 months from now at the end of this program. And then where do you want to be by 2020? So have that vision, have that little dangling carrot of where you want to be, and don't lose the vision, and don't forget why you started in the first place. You were born to create. You were designed to design. And that's what we're here. So I hope you guys are seeing the growth, and I hope you're enjoying this family right now, because I definitely am. And does anybody have anything they want to end this off with? All right. Side Hustle Coaching Program. I don't know if we've landed on the full name yet. I'm seeing some different things. So by the time this episode comes out, it will be out. But just know I appreciate the hell of you guys. Thanks for believing in me and believing in each other. And let's just finish strong in the program. Let's finish. All right. We started strong. Now let's finish. All right. Love you guys. Have an incredible night. Peace out.
Thanks again for listening. It'd be awesome if you took the time to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and let the comment below so we can connect. Again, if you want to catch a shout out as a future listener of the week, make sure you subscribe to the show on iTunes and give it a rating and review.